We welcome you to another fine Saturday morning. Of course, this is HotSports. My name is Babajide Guerrero. Activities will resume in the Nigerian Professional Football League as well as the English Premier League, and we'd like to see how that would pan out as time goes on. Welcome. This is HotSports. The gentlemen are in the studios and making a return to the show today. You can see how I'm beaming with smiles. It is my friend and brother, Eyino Igbinige. How are you, man?
I'm fine. Good morning, Babajide.
Where have you been? You tell the world.
Well, I've been
around the world.
Yeah, I've been looking for money. It's good to see the viewers back. You know, it's been long. I really missed being on the show.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm glad to, and I have a new teammate today. Yes. It's nice to be on the show.
Absolutely.
Nice to be on the show.
All right. So the new teammate he's talking about is none other than Tony Swimpy, who has been a growing feature in this particular. Who's been a growing feature of this particular hotspot. How are you, man?
Good, great.
It's good to see you, man. How have you been?
Yeah, I've been good, been fantastic.
You excited about the runnings of the game in English Premier League?
Yes, it's been vis-a-vis a very, very big one.
Let's quickly go for a break and we'll be right back with everything to talk about in football and of course motorsport on HotSport this morning.
Congratulations to all of us, to Nigeria. It's a long time we qualify for the Nations Cup, and this time around we're going there. And the congratulatory message is for all of us, everybody involved, the whole of Nigeria. It's a fantastic opportunity for us to go out there and rub shoulders with the best on the continent.
People have always said, like Keshi, like Roy, we have a team that most of the players go in are debutants, and same we are also having this same time. Does it mean that we are going to get the title again?
The tournament is bigger now. The tournament is going to be tougher because we are going to be having 24 teams, which means you have to play and win a good number of games, many more games to be champions. So it's not going to be easy. But the good news is that we are going there, and we will go there to give our 100%. We will go there to fight. We will go there, take it one game at a time, and hope that we go very far. The most important thing for us now is that we have a group where if we work hard enough, we can top. We pick it up from there, a round of 16, and then we'll go on one game at a time and see how far we go.
I know there is going to be 3 weeks of camping. Can you give us just a clear picture of what arrangement is like for the team?
Yeah, we're going to have a few weeks of camping. You remember now that we are in Group B. Our first game is going to be early. It's going to be on the 22nd. The tournament is starting on the 21st. But by the end of May, we will have an idea, the details of what we have to do. But I know for sure that the plan is for us to get to Egypt at least 7-8 days before our first game. We will play one game in Egypt, a friendly, against Senegal. Is confirmed. Before we leave for Egypt, we will be camping in Asaba for a few days. There's a plan to play at least one game as well in Asaba. It's in the works. By the time it is confirmed, the NFF will announce it. But we want to really focus on getting our players fresh because the tournament is coming up at the end of the season. So the trick is to get our players very fresh so that we can get the best out of them in the tournament. So it's going to be a challenge, no doubt, but we are all tuned to it. The coach has been talking to the boys, the players, he's been telling them how he wants them to approach the tournament at the end of the season, asking them to stay fit, stay away from anything that will make you lose your form, injuries and all of sorts, so that we can come together, have a period of rest, and then be able to go full blast into preparations for the AFCON.
The organizers of the Nigeria Pitch Awards have announced that the Super Eagles trio of Ahmed Musa, Odion Igalo and Wilfred Ndidi have been shortlisted for the King of the Pitch Awards for the 2018-2019 edition of the awards. This announcement was made at a media party in Lagos on Thursday. The briefing, which attracted over 50 sports journalists, including Toyin Ibitoye, the Super Eagles media officer, was called by organizers of the awards to announce nominees for the 60th award ceremony scheduled to hold in May 2019. Speaking at the event, Shina Phillips, president of Nigeria Pitch Awards, expressed the gratitude of the organizers and award partners to all sports journalists, the Nigeria Football Federation, and other partners for their support for the awards since 2013.
The Nigeria Pitch Awards has come to stay, and as organizers, we will continue to put in all that is necessary to sustain the standards that the awards have set. It is our delight that players, coaches, journalists, and other football stakeholders now look forward to the annual award ceremony. Our desire is to continue to up the game and inspire footballers to do more for themselves and for the country.
Let's go straight into football, and the under-17 team, they fought like Trojans, yes, against Guinea, but they lost that penalty shootout 10-9. But today, Saturday, is the day for their third place game against Angola, and tomorrow will be the final. Remember that the last time Nigeria also played at this tournament under the tutelage of coach Emmanuel Amunike, and that was not the last time, but the AFCON trophy in 2015. They did not win, but eventually went on to win the World Championships. This could be, you know, like a usual blessing in disguise, but then again, the world is set because they have finally qualified by becoming one of the 4 semi-finalists at that particular tournament. All right, then, so we are at the port of the EPL where action just not cease, you know, to surprise anyone. Let's talk about the review of what we saw during the week. Let me start with you, Tony. Manchester United losing at home to Manchester City, was that expected, given the form?
To be honest, I wasn't going to see a game of miracle of Manchester United coming from anywhere to win a Man City side. Yes, going on paper, you had already known that Man City was going to even destroy Manchester United team. For me, what I saw was a Kwara United Manchester, not a Manchester United as a team.
I know disrespect to Kwara United.
No disrespect to Kwara United, but that's what I saw.
Yeah. Kwara United will beat this Man United squad.
Yeah, more like it.
Kwara United will beat them.
It was a disastrous. It was a disastrous one.
I'll put my money on Kwara United.
They had all the efforts going on in the first half, and you would think that they would come up with something really good, but all of a sudden, we're seeing the shambles. Coming on in the second half, it was all shambles. Everybody was firing at the lowest point, not at the top. So it was disastrous. It was disgusting to watch. It was disheartening.
Obviously, you would understand that Tony is really pissed off at what he saw. All right, so let's talk about the chances between you two, Liverpool or Manchester City, for the trophy.
I think it has to be Manchester City. With no offense to Liverpool, Liverpool has really done pretty well.
Are you looking at this because you're a Man United fan?
Not really. Really. To be honest, why I would give it to them is the pressure behind Liverpool is really heavy. They're going into the semis playing in Barcelona at the Champions League, and they'll be looking at playing certain games in the Premier League as well. So whatever results they get, they'll be looking at how Manchester City plays out. And Manchester City will be going all relaxed with all their might, all in the basket of the Premier League. So they'll be super focused, and they would go with all the need to win every game. So they wouldn't even look back. At all.
Okay, so you know, you feel Liverpool or 50-50?
I feel it's 50-50. I really can't predict this one because I predicted Man City was going to drop point, Liverpool was going to drop point, but they just keep proving me wrong, you know. As a Man United fan, or well, should I say I shouldn't say it on air, you know. But they are both Man United rivals. I really shouldn't be supporting anybody at this stage because for right now, as a sport analyst, I'll say 50-50. But from a fan angle, I don't care actually. Okay, you really don't care. But we do care about the fixture between Manchester United and Chelsea. And what's your call, guys? Just your predictions.
Okay, quick one. Manchester United versus Chelsea, I say draw.
Draw. How about you? You know?
No, I'm not interested.
No,
I really can't be wasting my predictions on Man United anymore.
For reals?
I really
this
can't.
is what I think. Yeah. I think United will beat Chelsea.
You think United will beat Chelsea?
I think United will beat Chelsea.
I say draw.
All right, we'd like to see how that pan out. Of course, it's a Super Sunday clash, and it's happening tomorrow. We're looking forward to see how that one would look like. But some interesting stories now in the NPFL. In fact, making rounds at this time is that the Deputy Governor of Edo State, Philip Shuaibu, actually laces his boots to play professional football for Bendel Insurance. And Bendel Insurance are currently 10th in Group A of the MPFL. And guys, I don't think this is this usual or unusual? Let me start with you, Tony.
Obviously, it's not usual. It's more like a joke to me. So, I don't know. I don't know what he's doing it for.
Yeah, so because there's another governor from a state in Nigeria that tends to practice, boxing right there in its office. But this one, he plays football professionally.
Yeah, that's my deputy governor. Yeah, that's my state governor. Very, very nice man. I met it in December one time, and he was very lively, very jovial. So I understand. When I saw the news, I was really, really happy, because if you know him on a personal level, he's a man that likes to be involved. That's the thing. If you watch him, if you are with him when he's watching football, you see the way he wants to get involved. So I'm not really surprised, because if he has his chance to go to Man U, I'm sure he would even go, and I'm sure he would do a better job than those strikers in Man U. So really, governor, that's my deputy governor has to consider.
Imagine when he scores a goal. Philip don't score. Sorry. Your Excellency don't score. It's going to be quite interesting. All right, but moving on, let's talk about athletics now. Remember him, I never experiment. Yeah, that's the line a lot of people can relate to, but that's the line famously attached to the star, Divine Oduduru, who broke the world record in 100 and 200 meters. This year is the fastest man as we speak, and he accomplished this in the 2019 Michael Johnson Invitational in Waco, Texas on April the 20th in 2019, of course, this year. Oduduru started the 100 meters race. It crossed 9.95 seconds. He now holds the title for running the world's fastest time in 100 meters. I remember that this is the first time that a Nigerian has broken a 10-second record, in years. The last person to do so was Olusochi Fasuba with 9.85. But guys, this is quite interesting.
Give Divine the kudos, and I'm happy for him. Congrats to Divine. Congrats Divine for.
He worked hard for it. That's what he said. He said, "I worked hard for it." We'll go for a quick break, and when we return, it's time to ask the big $1 million question, or should I say £1 million question now. And we are back. This year is where we just throw it right into the thick of things. We're asking, please do well to whip out your phones and text us, or better still, go to the comment section of our YouTube channel at HotSports NG. So please do well to leave your comments on what your thoughts is exactly. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the coach of Manchester United, started from being an interim coach. Now he's been confirmed, and the gentlemen will try to see if they can do justice to this. Flash in the pan or next level manager.
I feel like he could take it a top notch. He could take it to the next level.
Okay,
that's what I feel.
That's the thesis from Tony Swimpy. You don't agree.
Obviously, I don't agree. I've never agreed. That's the thing. If you can go back to my January comments about this, I've never agreed that Solskjaer should be the manager of Manchester United.
Okay.
And it's not just a flash in the pan. It's not even close to being a flash in the pan. So no, Solskjaer is not meant to be the manager of Man United.
All right, that's the thesis from this gentleman. What this means is that you can see that the table is set for a very, very sumptuous argument. We'll see you on the other side. And we are back to gentlemen Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, flash in the pan or next level. Gentlemen, go for it.
To be honest, you don't just have to see some of these coaches and just say they're just flash in the pan. We've seen the likes of Zidane do it, coming as a player coach, being an assistant manager to a top manager as well, then taking over as a manager of a big side which is Real Madrid, and going on to win 2 Champions League trophies. 3, actually.
Back to back.
Yeah. So I don't think it's a new thing for us to have. So if you don't give people chances, how do you expect them to excel in this field? So for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, it's also a chance to be able to
prove himself.
To prove yourself. You don't necessarily have to have so much experience as regards coaching and all of that. Yes, he's coming from a Norwegian side. He has coached a Mold side, which is not too spectacular, no doubt. But given with his technical know-how, and then somebody who has been on the pitch.
Technical know-how, please, let's start about this. What technical know-how that is coming from where? This was a guy, the moment man you employed this guy, my own argument was, you are just carrying a guy that was in the Premier League years back and relegated the Cardiff team. So you are bringing a coach based on what? What resume are you bringing? United simply employed Solskjaer because of love or sympathy. I don't really get it. I don't really get it. That's why I don't understand what you mentioned. Zidane. It's true. Zidane had to work under Ancelotti. Solskjaer never worked any other top honor world class coach. Solskjaer came in, and the moment he came in, Man United won games. People started telling me that, oh, this is what you said this, and I told them he won those games. How did Man United play in those games? United fans, I hate to say this, I don't know, they are living in a fallacy world right now. Very simple, they don't really understand.
I want to give you an example. General Gattuso is at the helm of affairs at AC Milan.
AC Milan is already, let me say, AC Milan has been finished in a while. So what Gattuso is doing, Gattuso is fighting for 4th place. You see, when he loses game, nobody's really shouting. And you can't compare the level of social media presence with AC Milan and Man United. The moment Solskjaer coughs is on Twitter. The moment Solskjaer is shouting is on Twitter. Man United is a different ball game. Now, what we talk about this, Solskjaer from experience where he's coming from has really got this kind of level of experience.
But does it really matter?
It does.
I don't think this
team like
plays a
Man
role.
See, let me ask you a question. Will a team like Barca, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, let's say present day Man City, Chelsea, hire a coach that has been relegated before? No, let's be honest. Will a team hire a coach that has played in this same Premier League and has gone on relegation? Will they hire such a coach? Okay, let's leave about that. Now, the other, when we are even talking about Solskjaer, my greatest problem in Man United has got to be the vice chairman, Ed Woodward. And I keep saying this, until Ed Woodward leaves that club, the club is never going to be good. Because Woodward, see, if you employ somebody, you employed first time, you employed Moyes, a failure, you employed Van Gaal, a failure, you employed Mourinho tried, Mourinho did, but Super Mourinho, third season syndrome, he has it. So, let's say 50-50 Mourinho. Now you employ Solskjaer, a guy that has lost 7 matches in 9 games. 7, see, this, I can't remember, see, you know the teams that have this kind of run? I'm talking about the likes of Stoke City. That's people that Huddersfield. Right. Those are people that have this kind of run.
Tony, let me answer a question because it seems as if it's just going on and about this. It really means a lot.
Because Tony knows that.
Tony, let me ask you this.
He's just trying to support Solskjaer. I don't know why.
Time and time again, we see where a lot of people come into football management and then they hit the ground running. But Solskjaer did the same thing for Manchester United. There was the DNA United way, everything coming up. But all of a sudden, everything went down again. Where did he lose it? Or better still, is it just his face?
I just feel like it's not entirely Solskjaer. Obviously, when a team starts going down, it all boils down to the manager.
But this players ain't good enough.
That's the point.
This players ain't good enough. We are saying now, okay, now this is.
We can't throw the hammer. We can't throw.
You know what? You're going to react to this. Let him finish.
The hammer at the manager all the time. Why don't we look inwards and see what the players are? What are the players doing personally? What are the players doing outside of the pitch?
It's not my fault because Lingard is dancing on Twitter. Whose fault is it? I remember when Alex Ferguson was the end of the club. If we are playing Man City, 4 days, Rio Ferdinand is not on Twitter for 4 days. You know we have big games.
These players sometimes when they win certain games and they win a run of games, they lose focus because they're kids. To be honest,
okay, now we keep saying they are kids. I don't like hearing this statement. People will say Lingard is how old.
We don't have wait. The last big figure we have in the team, or that Manchester United had in the team, was Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and he has left. Now we don't have a big figure, so say. The other figures, the other guys are just barely average. These guys are always afraid. Is he actually young? No.
Ashley Young is old.
Is he Smalling?
He's old.
So to be honest, I don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the problem here.
Tony, no. Tony, I totally disagree with that statement. See, you said he had the games of runs. Now look at the matches we've played. I keep saying it. Those players, yes, Solskjaer sometimes I understand he's coming from this Ferguson philosophy. Solskjaer is too, let me say, he's too kind. You know, he's smart. You don't even know whether he's angry. That's why they call him the babyface assassin. Because when he's angry, he's smiling. When he's happy, he's smiling. So is this to be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer smiling?
You feel like
so
the
saying is he's just smiling and nothing is being done. We lose, they whack Man United this, they whack Man United that. He's smiling. Now let me tell you the highest or the saddest part for me as a Man United fan. We played Barcelona at Old Trafford. We lost that game 1-0. On social media it was like we won the game. That's why I tell you some United fans are living in fallacy right now. You know that game.
The truth is
I had to ask myself, did Man United win this game or do? We lost to Barca 1-0 and somebody was telling me it was meant to be worse. I said, what is wrong with you? We lost this game to Barcelona.
See, Tony just finished his thoughts.
I feel like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer hasn't been given enough chance.
Enough chance? Let me tell you why. Solskjaer and Woodward, I don't know why I should be angry with.
Just take a second.
Solskjaer lost the game. Solskjaer lost the game. Wait, please. You have not given me enough chance. I agree with you. But I disagree with you.
The crop of players he has.
Okay, the crop of players he has. Who approved Ashley Young's contract? Who approved Phil Jones' contract? Who approved that contract? You say he hasn't got that. Who approved those two contracts?
We gotta go now.
Are you sure we really need to go? Because by next season, because I really need to say that Ed Woodward is the problem. A coach loses a game, the next thing you give him contract. I don't understand where that works.
Yes, we look forward to having another conversation to see what the problem really is with Manchester United. Maybe it's the players.
The problem is the vice chairman. The vice chairman is like this. Is a hierarchy.
You know what
is a hierarchy problem.
We are running out of time.
Yes,
but we need to go for a quick break. And when we return, I'll be right back with my final wish. This is HotSports, and it never gets better than this.
What Manchester United is going through now is a phase most football teams do pass through. It's a phase in life. They are not at their best. We've seen almost 30 years of the Sir Alex Ferguson and what he molded that club to be. With his departure and the departure of some known stars in that club, the club will have to rebuild. It is not, I'm sure even if they bring Sir Alex Ferguson back, it will take some time for that club to be rebuilt.
It's difficult to call him a flash in the pan because he hasn't had time to spend money. The previous manager spends £400 million or over that, Jose Mourinho. And we're talking about an Ole that has ensured that United are even in the running for the top four, have progressed miraculously against PSG in the Champions League. So that's a bit of money in the bank. So maybe when the season is over, he has time and money to spend. Then once he does that, then we'll start analysing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But right now, I think that the results he's gotten, I know that he has lost 7 of his last 9, but the results, has been well balanced. Although I've been very skeptical about appointing him that early. I thought United should have waited for a while, let him also get United out of bad results before they show their hands. But anyways, I think Ole is still maybe the right man, but he needs time and critically needs money.
That club needs some injection, needs some infusion of new stars, new blood. But it appears the American owners of that club are not ready to really put money into that club, like we've seen in the case of Liverpool, like we are seeing in the case of Manchester City, who appear now to be the landlord of the city of Manchester.
And we are back with the final whistle. The gentlemen have laid their thoughts, and quite well, I must say. But remember that your thoughts is what we and I really want to also hear, apart from hearing theirs as well. The number is on your screen, and do well to also go to the comment section of our YouTube page and follow us on our social media platforms right on your screen. Now to my final whistle. I want to tilt slightly to Tony Swimpy, who says that, hey, it's too early a bit to judge Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It's just one season, is still ongoing, and at the same time he probably would get enough time to understand and as well as buy new players. Then again, I also want to tilt to the angle of feels it's quite difficult to understand how Manchester United can be reduced to a team that would be comfortable with playing the way they do, which I completely understand. I think Solskjaer would probably just man up and see how well he can take the reins, and of course the players have to do better. So By next season, we'll decide whether or not it is truly a flash in the pan or a next level top manager. Guys, we want to say a very big thank you for coming on the show today. Tony Simpy, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been amazing with Ehino. Ehino has been really bashing.
Absolutely.
Tony,
but to be honest,
we are United fans.
We all know. You
are United fans, so we can't bunch.
Ehino, thank you so very much for coming.
Yeah, it's good to be here. You know, it's just painful, man.
Yeah, but you know for a fact that this can't be the last time you come on the show here, because you still have a lot to talk about, especially as the Nations Cup is coming. And remember that, of course, the HS Media Group happen to be the official media partners of the NFF. What that means is that it gives us live feeds as regards everything Super Eagles of Nigeria. So do well to go to our website, www.hotsporttv.com, as well as the social media platforms, to get everything in terms of news, reviews, previews, and overviews of some games as concerned the Super Eagles team. And of course, not forgetting the YouTube channel, that's at HotSport NG. My name is Babajide Guerrero, and I will see you again next week, Saturday, God willing. Till then, take care of yourself and look after each other. Bye for now.